Hello, and welcome to the Butler Collegian Newscast. I'm Maeve and Veronica.
And I'm Veronica Smith. We've got lots to cover today, including some announcements, a Butler sports update from Ben, and an interview with a special guest. So let's get started.
Butler Ballet will be performing Giselle as their spring performance starting this week. The first show is on April 22nd, and this recital goes until April 24th. The story of Giselle is about a peasant girl who is betrayed by love and dies, then comes back as a ghost to eventually save the life of the man who betrayed her. Tickets are on sale now at butlerartcenter.org or at the Clues Hall box office. The performance will take place in Clues Memorial Hall, and masks are required.
Keeping on the theme of performances, both our men's and women's a cappella groups are performing this week. Our women's group, known as Freshly Brewed, is performing Friday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Riley Room. Tickets now are $7, or you can buy one at the door for $10. To find out more information about the show or their group, head to their Instagram at FBAcappella. And if you can't make it on Friday, the following night on Saturday, April 23rd at 7:30 in the Riley Room, the men's group, Out of the Doghouse, will be performing their spring concert called Heaven on the Ears. Tickets start at $7 and are $10 at the door. For more information, check out their Instagram at OOTDH.
The Annual Bulldog Jog is happening this Saturday, April 23rd. The Bulldog Jog is a race that benefits Butler University and the surrounding Indianapolis community. Each year there is a 5K and a 1-mile walk, but this year they are also adding the option of a 15K, which is 9.3 miles. There will also be a virtual option for Butler alumni who don't live in the area. The race starts at the Health and Recreation Complex at 7:45 a.m. and Butler Blue the 4th, the cheer team, and Hink will be there to cheer participants on. For more information, visit butler.edu/bulldogjog.
As this month wraps up, we still want to recognize that April is Sexual Assault Prevention Month. Butler University's Sexual Assault Response and Prevention Center, or SARP for short, has put on different events throughout the month, and you still have time to participate. Tonight, on April 20th at 6 p.m. in Jordan Hall 141, there's a seminar called How to Help a Friend. Also, on Wednesday, April 27th, is Denim Day. So wear your denim to class to support survivors. If you have any questions or need resources, the SARP office is located in the Health and Recreation Complex, room 101, and is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call their phone number at 317-910-5572, and this number is located on the back of your Butler student ID.
CCOM's annual end-of-the-year celebration is happening next Monday, April 25th. This event will take place in the Riley Room starting at 5 o'clock. Dinner will be served, and like usual, select students will receive some awards. However, this year, CCOM decided to add a trivia contest that begins at 6 o'clock. Prizes will be awarded to the winners.
The Department of Art is having their senior thesis exhibit called Art How. The exhibition will run tonight, April 20th, through May 4th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Jordan College Annex. In addition to supporting the seniors, attending this event also qualifies as a BCR credit.
As the end of the school year is approaching, it is important to celebrate our seniors who are leaving us in just a couple of weeks. Sga Senior Week is this week. It started on Monday, April 18th and will go until April 22nd. There is a wine tasting event on Thursday, and SGA is giving away lots of free stuff, including Starbucks and Atherton meal vouchers, yearbooks, and more. For more information, follow SGA on Instagram at butler.sga.
As the year wraps up and finals week is upon us, don't forget to book your appointments for some of Butler Tutoring services. The Rider Studio is offering tutoring up until April 25th and is located in Jordan Hall, room 304. The Speakers Lab last day of tutoring this semester is April 24th. Their office is located in Fairbanks Building in room 114, 116, and 140. Both tutoring services also offer virtual tutoring sessions. Head to Butler's website at butler.edu and search tutoring to find more information.
That's all the announcements that we have for today.
Now let's send it over to Ben, who is in the Sports Corner.
Thanks, Veronica. Welcome back to the Sports Corner. Our spring sports teams have been plenty busy with conference play well underway. Let's waste no time and get right into it. Similar to the recent stretch of weather we've been experiencing, the Butler baseball team has had many ups and downs in their recent stretch of games. Since the start of April, the Dogs have only come out on top of one series, being against Eastern Illinois, where they took 3 out of 4 games, with one coming on a 10th inning walk-off single from junior outfielder Scott Jones. Since then, the Bulldogs have dropped 6 of their last 8 games. This includes 2 series losses in their first 2 chances against Big East teams this year. Over that span, the Dogs went 1-2 both at Villanova and at home against Georgetown. Currently, the Dogs sit with a 17-20 overall record after beating Northern Kentucky yesterday 6-5. They will later host Dayton today at Bulldog Park and will travel to St. John's later this week for more Big East action. From one diamond to another, the Butler softball team has continued performing well above average this season so far. The team is currently sitting with a 23-17 overall record and are 9-5 in conference play. The Dogs have won all of their Big East season series besides a 1-2 series loss to the Yukon Huskies earlier this month. In their most recent Big East series, Butler won a road series against St. John's in convincing fashion, taking the first 2 games 10-1 and 3-2 respectively. The Dogs will host the Creighton Blue Jays this weekend, and you can follow along with these games on Flow Sports presented by Butler Plus. Heading over to the varsity field, the women's lacrosse team sits just under 500 on their season. Butler's women's Lax has had a solid season thus far, but have struggled in conference play. In the Big East, they're 0-3 with losses to Denver, Georgetown, and Marquette. To wrap up the regular season, the Dogs will head to Yukon this weekend and finally host Villanova at home on April 30th. The women's tennis team has recently been on a tear, winning 4 of their last 6 matchups ahead of the Big East tournament. In the Dogs' final matchup of the regular season, the team pulled off a close 4-3 match victory over Marquette. This win clinched Butler the 5 seed in the Big East tournament, where they will take on DePaul in round 1. And finally, since we've last been in the studio, the Butler men's and women's basketball front offices have been busy. Firstly, the men's team hired legendary head coach Thad Matta after they parted ways with former head coach Laval Jordan. Matta will now enter his second stint as the Butler head coach at Butler after assuming the role for 1 year in 2000. Matta has already gotten to work recruiting Akron guard Ali to come play for the Dogs next season. His hunt for new faces didn't stop there, as the Dogs will be welcoming Mike Pugs, John Diebler, and Greg Oden to the coaching staff for the upcoming season. With all new faces joining the team and freshman phenom Simas Lukosius and Jane Taylor returning to the squad, Butler will look to return to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2018. The women's basketball team has also been busy this offseason as they signed Austin Parkinson as their new head coach. Parkinson was signed as one of the new women's head coach after the Dogs fired former head coach Kurt Godlewski, who led the team to only 1 win last season. Fresh off an NCAA tournament bid with IUPUI, Parkinson will look to rejuvenate the Dogs' efforts for next season. That's all we have for this week. Thank you for tuning into the Sports Corner all year long for your daily fix of Butler sports. Back to you, Veronica.
Thanks, Ben. Best of luck to all the Butler sports teams who have upcoming games.
Now, let's hear from Marisa, who sat down with the president of Project 44 to hear more about this new club on campus.
Thanks, Maeve and Veronica. Hello, I'm Marisa Justy, multimedia reporter for the Butler Collegian, and today I'm joined by the president of the Project 44 Foundation, Lauren Holdsworth.
Hello.
Hello, Lauren. Can you please explain what Project 44 is all about?
Yes, so Project 44 is an initiative and a club on campus that is continuing to support and promote Be the Match nonprofit organization on campus, and we are continuing the legacy of Andrew Smith, who was a former Butler basketball player who died due to leukemia and lymphoma after he graduated from Butler.
Okay, how and why did you first get involved in this foundation?
I have a very close personal connection to Be the Match myself, and when I came to Butler's campus, I found out about Project 44, and I wanted to figure out how I could help. So I talked to the current president at the time, and this was during COVID, and he asked me if I wanted to help out, take a leadership role, and so this last year, now that COVID disappeared, we started the club back up again and have had great success this year.
Awesome. Can you kind of talk about Andrew Smith and the drive to start up this foundation, kind of going off of what you had just said?
Yeah, so Andrew Smith was a former Butler basketball player, and after he left Butler, he went to go play professionally in Lithuania. However, he was diagnosed with leukemia and lymphoma, and so he went to Be the Match and was able to get treatment, which is a bone marrow transplant. So Be the Match helps people that have those blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. get connected with someone else in the world based off bone marrow. And to join the Be the Match registry, all you have to do is do a 5-minute cheek swab.
Okay.
And so Project 44 is just hoping to inform students about Be the Match, carry on the legacy that Andrew and his wife Samantha started, and try to inform more about Be the Match.
Awesome. And then how can students on campus get involved with Project 44 in the future going forwards?
We're planning multiple events this coming semester, including a trick shot event, our annual tip-off, and then we just hosted our week of 4-4, so students can come visit the table to learn more, or if they want to become a member of the club, then they can just come and text our Instagram or contact one of us on exec.
Awesome. All right. That's so great. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Lauren, and back to you, Maeve.
That's all for this week's Butler Collegian Newscast. To stay up to date with all things news on Butler's campus, visit us online at thebutlercollegian.com or on Twitter at Butler Collegian.
As the school year comes to an end, we are sad to say this is our last newscast. But don't worry, we'll be back in the studio next year.
For the Butler Collegian, and for the last time this year, I'm Veronica Smith.
And I'm Maeve and Veronica. Good luck with finals and have a great summer, dogs.